Hello and welcome to the second edition of the Jason Kleis Coaches Show, brought to you by Unity Point Health St. Luke's. I'm your host, Josh Sackman with SUX Sports, and joining me again is Dakota Valley basketball head coach Jason Kleis. Coach, thanks for being on the show with me again.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
It always is. Your team is coming off 2 wins from this weekend. What do you do to build off of those 2 wins this upcoming week?
Well, there was probably our best 2 wins of the year, back to back. So I think there's a lot we can build off. A lot of it's just confidence. Friday night, we thought just everything clicked for us, and we got a couple breaks, which we needed to win that game. And another loss would have been tough against a really good Del Rapids team. Del Rapids has a ton of great athletes, a ton of size, always good, always a great program. And on their home floor, that was a big one for us. And then Saturday, following that back up less than 24 hours against a Little Room team who was 14-3, and they had the highest seed points in the whole state of South Dakota, so it was a big game coming off of an emotional win, and we were proud of the way the kids performed. And I think we can get a lot of confidence from that, kind of knowing we can play or beat anybody, even though we don't have the best record in the state. I think our kids believe.
And your team was clicking early against Little Wound. You guys were up by 18 points at one point early, and you guys were scoring quickly and often. In that second quarter, the offense stalled. How do you avoid having scoring droughts like that in games?
Well, you're exactly right. We got up 32-14, and everything was coming easy for us. And I think how we avoid falling in those traps is what happened was we got a little complacent on defense. And when you get complacent on defense, and we watch the film, and we missed a ton of box outs in there, and they're a team that shoots quick, and when you mix box outs, then we can't get going the other way. And when you forget some of those little things like that aren't really little things, box outs, great closeouts when you're getting on the perimeter and guarding, and you miss some of those things and the other team scores, well then that doesn't allow you to get out and transition. And I think that's what killed us more so than anything. It wasn't us missing shots or anything. It was a lack of focus and getting a little complacent, and makes a big difference.
Robert Rosenquist continues to rack up points. He's averaging almost 17 points per game and being that go-to guy for you guys. Talk about his accomplishment of hitting 1,000 career points.
Yeah, 1,000's huge. In my time here, there's only been one other 1,000-point scorer. We had one, Brody Van Ginkel, who was really close. He had 998, poor guy. And so 1,000 points is a huge deal for a high school kid. And Robert's always been a scorer. He's had a mentality where he's aggressive. He goes at the basket. Anybody who's seen him play knows he's not a passive kid in any sense of the word. And so he's really, especially lately, done a great job just being smart about scoring and sharing the ball. And I think that 1,000 points is a reflection of how many good teammates he's played with too, because you look at a guy who attacks the basket like Robert does as much as he does. If you don't have great teammates, teams are just going to collapse on you. And he's had good teammates, and he's played on some really good teams, and some teams, a team a couple years ago that was young and kind of struggling, and he's battled through the ups and downs, and he's had a great career.
Yep, a great accomplishment.
For sure.
Thanks, Coach, and we'll take a quick break to recognize our sponsor, Unity Point Health St. Luke's, for making this show possible. We'll be right back with more from Coach Jason Kleis.
Hey guys, look at it. Hi.
Hey, doctor.
Hey guys.
Goes my heart so full of light. Looking in your eyes that catch the sky. So let your light shine for me.
Welcome back to the Jason Kleis Coaches Show. Now, Coach, we want to talk about your 2 upcoming games this week. You have away games at Sioux City West and at Madison. Talk about how good West is and dealing with a team that has that type of athleticism this week.
It's gonna be tough. They're playing well. It's the best West team that I've seen since I've been here, at least that I remember. They're very good, very athletic, and they have athleticism and shooters. It's a tough team to guard, and we're especially mindful. They're going to be mad coming off a loss on Saturday night, and so we know we're going to get their best effort. But we just have to do the things that we're great at, and that's it's going to be trying to be patient on offense, but still attack them when we can. And I don't know if we're as athletic as West is, so a track meet maybe isn't what we want, but we definitely have to pick our spots and still be aggressive, but yet smart at the same time.
And what are a few keys to coming away with 2 victories this week? That would be huge for your team to get on a roll like that.
It would be huge. And our schedule, I've talked about it before, our schedule, and we told the kids from day one, our schedule is the toughest we've ever had it since I've been at Dakota Valley. We don't have a lot of confidence building easy games. And Madison, we talked about West, Madison going up there on Friday night, it's one of the best teams in all of South Dakota again,
Right.
all classes. And it's going to be tough. And so win or lose, I think the thing we're trying to communicate to our guys is, hey, we're going to make the playoffs. Everybody makes the playoffs. We got to keep getting better. We got to miss less box outs. We got to share the ball, play together, execute what we want to execute. And if we keep getting a little bit better every game, the wins and losses will kind of take care of themselves. And while we all want to win, if we get better, I think we'll feel pretty good after the week.
Right. And thank you, Coach, for being on the show again. And good luck this week.
Thanks. Should be a great week. Fun week.
Of course. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Josh Sackneff with SUXSports.com.